Hola, mis amigos y amigas. Mi y. Oh, wait. Mi hermano y yo.
Hermano.
Mi hermano y yo.
Soy
I don't know how to say reviewing a movie in Spanish. I'm pretty sure movie is película.
El Reviewo. El Movio.
Alright, we saw Dora this weekend.
Map.
Philip doesn't want to sing.
I'm the map.
Alright. He's the map. I need to find my map, my review map. Finally made notes for this review, unlike the last one. Alright, Philip, first of all, what'd you think of the story?
It was good. It was a good movie.
But the plot.
What about it?
What did you think of the plot?
I don't have any notes. I liked it.
It was a pretty, it was a decent standard adventure plot. Character gets thrown in a new environment. And
They didn't. Wait, can I spoil it?
yeah, this will be a spoiler review.
They didn't explain why water worked.
Okay, well, you're jumping the gun.
Uh,
So
that was the only problem I had.
Dora gets sent out of the jungle to live in high school, and then she and her new high school friends get kidnapped and taken to the jungle, and they go on a jungle adventure to find her parents in the lost city of gold. And we have a title.
But the high school wasn't realistic.
I don't think any of it was realistic.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that I found charming about it was you could see the low budget and just like the low quality sets, the low quality effects. But I think that like added to its charm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like the high school they were trying to like go for a more realistic experience, But I don't know. That's what it felt like they were trying to do. But I was like, this just isn't high school at all,
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel like they were trying to go for a realistic. She brings a flair to school and doesn't get in trouble for it.
I mean,
And
that was just a gag.
yeah, that was a pretty funny gag. Oops. So I had a pretty good, decent, standard plot. What did you think of? Hold on, let me pull up the cast. Wikipedia is loading.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena was your favorite.
I love Michael Pena.
He's your favorite actor, right?
Yeah. Mm.
What did you think of Isabella Moner as Dora?
She did a good job. She was like all enthusiastic about everything, and I was like, "Yep, that's."
When I saw the trailer and stuff, I thought her like high-pitched voice was gonna get annoying after a while, but it really didn't. What mainly
I didn't think about it.
what mainly threw me off was like those moments where, see, she did like the little cheesy, super happy Dora most of the movie. She did that really well, and then she did this well. The little parts where she had to be more emotional and dramatic, she did them well, but like she changed her voice to like a normal voice. Like most of the movie, she's all like, "Hi, cousin Diego," like that, and then like when she's like, her and Diego fight, she's all like, "But Diego," like that, and I'm like, "Whoa!" It just like throws me off because like, oh yeah, she has a normal voice,
Yeah, I didn't even notice it.
but she was a good actress for the most part. I looked up the actress on Wikipedia. I found out she's actually been the voice of Dora in like the rebooted show for the
Really?
past since like 2014.
Huh? That's cool.
Yeah,
She even looks like Dora.
she does. But yeah, the character. What do you remember of the character from the show?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't remember things.
Well, I don't remember much about her either, but I thought this was like the best way to do her character.
I didn't even remember that Boots could talk in the show.
Well, he could definitely talk here.
Yeah.
But this is the best way to do her character. She's so like enthusiastic about everything. She, like, I don't remember her in the show being, like, that weirdly, like, upbeat and everything. Like, any more than, like, any regular TV. I guess it's like, if you took one of those little preschool TV characters and put them in real life, they would look extremely weird juxtaposed with all the other normal people.
Yeah.
So, they pulled that off well. What did you think of... What's his name? Jeff Wahlberg as Diego.
He was, I don't know, too emo.
Yeah, I didn't like this characterization of the angsty teen Diego. Like, even after, he has that whole, like, character turn where he goes from being all angsty and like, oh, high school sucks, blah, 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 to, you know what, Dora, I do love you. Let's be great cousins. Even after that, he's still not, like, that interesting or likable of a character.
The way he talks was just weird, too. It was,
Really?
emo-ness.
Might just be California speak. Yeah. That's where the high school takes place.
I don't know, maybe, I guess I just felt like the inflection was kind of weird that he was giving. Or lack thereof.
Okay, you want to talk about weird inflection? Madeleine Madden as Sammy, Diego's love interest. She had, like, the weirdest lines. Her character would just say things like, oh, of course Dora knows this monkey, like that. And it's just so awkward and unnatural. And I don't think it was the actress's fault. I think it was the writer's fault. Because they just gave her such strange...
I just felt weird when she talked.
She just had such unnatural lines.
Yeah. She didn't feel human.
She really didn't. But what did you think of Nicholas Coombe as Randy?
He was good. He was a little weird, but like weird at times. I guess that's what they were going for. I couldn't. Sometimes you can't tell if the weirdness was intentional or unintentional.
I think a lot of the time it was intentional.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good basic, like, nerdy white boy character.
Yeah.
And then I thought they were gonna go for a romance between him and Dora, but I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, me too. It was like I think they it's supposed to be like a one-sided thing that never really built up to anything.
I don't know. I don't even think it was like a one-sided thing on his end. I think it was just him, like, he's never been able to make a connection with anyone before, and then she's like the only person who will talk to him, and he's just like acting all weird because he doesn't know how to make a friend.
That makes sense.
And really, neither does she in the movie. Because they're both really weird, and that's how they come together. Alright, your favorite part. Michael Pena and Eva Longoria as Dora's parents.
I like Michael Pena.
Michael Pena was pretty good. I think they could have used his comedic chops a little better. One thing I noticed about the jokes...
He was fun.
We'll get to that later. I'm just going to put a pin in that on the jokes. But you like Michael Pena? I thought... How do you think of, like, them as, like, they're the super overly positive, like, parents?
I didn't really seem... I don't know. That seems like I said earlier, something they were going for kind of realistic-ish, but not very in a parenting sense. I don't think most parents are, like, always extreme optimism, but I guess that's how they explain the way Dora is. That's the reason Dora is the way she is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Besides all the isolation.
That's true.
Talking to a monkey.
What did you think of Eugenio Derbez as Alejandro Gutierrez?
I mean, he had me. I thought he was a good guy.
I didn't. They made...
From the very first second that he was like, Dora, I'm your parents' friend.
I kind of saw through that. That seemed like a bit of it. Considering that she didn't know him.
Man, I was just trying to root for Dora.
Well,
so it got me.
I usually see these twists coming.
As soon as he was nervous to go first into the forest, I was like, yeah, this man bad. And then whenever he goes, I'm a bad guy, I was like, yeah, this man bad.
Yeah, that was so obvious. Like, I'm sure it made little kids feel smart, where they're just like, oh, he's saying bad guy, but he means bad guy.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. They literally could not have been more obvious.
Yep.
They're literally just trying to tell the audience that this is not good guy.
What did you think of Benicio del Toro as Swiper the Fox?
He was like, he reminded me of Spider-Ham from Into the Spider-Verse. Like very comical and funny, and I liked it.
Swiper and Boots, both of them were like, they're so cartoony and animated, and it feels like it should be out of place with the other characters, but the other actors, I think, they play off of it so well, and the animation and sound effects are just so entertaining to watch that I think it fit in pretty well.
Oh yeah, especially with it being like a kid, for kids with the little cartoonish sound effects, and it being from an actual cartoon. It all made sense. It brought that cartoonishness to life more.
Oh man! All right, and then the moment you've all been waiting for, Danny Trejo as Boots the monkey.
I like monkeys.
The thing is, he doesn't even talk throughout most of the movie. He only gets one scene of talking to Dora. I don't even remember anything that he said though.
Well, I mean, if he could talk the whole time, why didn't he just like go up to the enemy, the bad guys, and be like, "Hello," and they'll just have heart attacks?
They wouldn't though. They were working with a walking, talking fox.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just some inconsistencies. I think it. I did think that them foreshadowing Boots talking, and then he's got the voice of Danny Trejo at the end. It was pretty good comedic payoff.
Sometimes the Boots did talk in his little monkey voice. He'd be like, "Oh, over there," or something like that. It sounded like it. Like I only noticed it in the beginning, once.
I don't think that's what was happening. I think he was just making monkey noises.
No. There's one point where I definitely heard a word. I'm 100% positive.
Well, I'll take your word for it because I don't think I'm going to be watching this movie again. I enjoyed it, but it's not one I'll come back to.
Agreed.
All right. We're done with characters. What did you think of the writing? I'm gonna go back to that thing I put a pin in earlier about the jokes. They just had so many jokes that just kept going. And they would make me chuckle at first. Like Michael Pena doing the rave music where you go,
yeah, it just kept going and
it's
going.
Just like, okay, that's pretty funny. Okay, all right. Okay, Michael Pena. Okay, Michael Pena, you can stop now.
Yeah. I mean, they told him to keep going, though, probably.
Probably. And it's not even, it doesn't make you laugh that much to begin with. But what I liked about the writing, though, is they would just flip-flop between jokes that were clearly just for little kids, like the quicksand that made fart noises.
That was funny.
Okay, yeah, I guess farts are funny. But they would go from that very kiddish humor to very, adult, cynical humor. Where, when Dora, my favorite joke in the movie that I was the only person in the theater to laugh at, where Dora goes, somebody goes the jungle is the place where people die. And Dora's all like, when you think about it, everywhere is a place where people die.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was funny, but, nobody else laughed at it. Because we were in a theater full of kids.
Yeah.
Are we weird?
Yeah, we're just adults.
Mm.
We're intuitive.
Alright, so that was the writing. What did you think of the moral?
What was the moral?
Drink water.
Don't steal.
Yeah, that's right. They, lay it out really thick in the beginning where they're just, exploring good, treasure hunting bad.
Oh, yeah. Ain't that just the theme of Dora with Swiper and all?
Yeah, because Swiper's always trying to steal things. I guess it's, it's just teaching kids, don't steal things.
But, I like that. I like that.
And always be learning. It's good. It's a good basic one for little kids.
Yeah. Don't steal. Search for knowledge. We're here to learn. That's what Dora says.
One thing that confused me was what you were talking about right at the beginning of the review. Where, they were they were trying to tap into that theme whenever like there's a little statue where you have, and like they say that you have to put the thing that the ancient Incans valued most in its hand, and if you put the wrong thing there, then you would die, and if you put the right thing there, then you could see all the gold. And the bad guy puts gold there in its hands, and it's like, no, they don't value money because thieves and bad people value money. And it's like Dora, who values knowledge, puts water in his hands.
Technically, I mean, water could literally be the same thing as the gold. It's liquidity. In economics, liquidity is like cash, like gold.
But
currency. So it's like the same thing. So, if you think about it in a certain way.
I don't like to think. So, let's move on. The music.
I don't even remember it all.
It had a pretty decent score with like good like jungle sounds. The two biggest musical moments are the very beginning where they've got like a remix of the Dora intro, yeah. And then the ending where there's a big dance party with the little Dora, like we did it song.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's so much dancing.
Perdón. Yeah, I thought both of those were executed pretty well. The ending song was a little weird, where they would throw in like, again, those like weirdly like out of character, I guess gross out jokes, where like Diego has dysentery. He's like, oh, we did it. I think I got dysentery, and then he runs to the bathroom.
Kids don't get that. That's for the adults. That's a joke. That's for people like me. They're like poop jokes, but actually understand it with words like dysentery. That's for a very small audience.
Very scientific poop jokes.
Yeah.
But the songs were well done. They weren't bad songs. And then the ending like dance party was pretty well choreographed.
Yeah.
And then let's end this talking about the effects. What did you think of the visual effects?
Well, we've already kind of gone over. You like you said it was low budget. You could tell, but like it was like in a good way.
I appreciated, even though like the CGI was really like didn't blend very well. Like if you watch even in the trailer, when Boots is in the backpack and then he comes out of the backpack, he's got no weight to him. The backpack doesn't react to his movements.
Yeah.
And that's just a struggle of having not much money for your CGI.
Unlike the Sonic movie.
So I appreciated their use of practical effects too. They had like a lot of stuff where they'd pull a rock lever and then a rock thing would move, and it didn't look fake or anything. It looked, real.
Yeah.
It looked, cheap, like it was not real rock, but still appreciated it.
That's not something you get a lot these days.
Yeah, a lot of them are just like, oh, just put a green screen there and then we'll do it in computers.
Yeah.
So, overall assessment, it's a good kids movie.
You didn't like the pacing, right?
Yeah, the pacing, it went a little fast for me. Scenes didn't transition very well into each other. There's a lot of, overall, I'm trying to do overall. We only have like 20 minutes.
Too much blacking out.
Mm-hmm. I wish we... Leave it in the comments if you want us to make our reviews longer.
My only two complaints were the pacing and the not answering why water was the right thing. That's the only problems I have. Other than that, good movie.
All right, Philip.
Mm-hmm.
What is your rating?
7.35.
7.35 Danny Trejo monkeys out of 10.
Just monkeys.
No, they have to be Danny Trejo monkeys.
Just monkeys.
No,
just monkeys.
Danny Trejo monkeys.
I don't even know who that is. Just monkey.
Oh well.
Or boots, just boots.
We did the review. You want to sing the "We Did It" song?
No.
Lo hicimos.
No.
We did it.
Emoji. The Emoji Movie.
Yay.